The moment you require her, you have already lost her. Listen carefully. You do not gain power over a woman by running after her, making her happy, or proving your value. You gain it by walking away the instant you see you do not require her. You gain it by knowing your worth does not exist in her notice, her agreement, or her validation. What if all you were taught about getting women was created to make you feeble? What if the world trained you to serve, to yield, to plead, and named it love? This video is not for the weak. This is for the man who is exhausted from being unseen, tired of giving more than he receives, tired of acting like a fool just to be selected. This is the alarm. And if you are prepared to hear the reality, comment now, "I choose power." She desires the man who does not require her, not the one who messages her constantly, not the one who weeps when she says she is not interested anymore. She wants the man who could leave mid-conversation and never return if respect fades. That is power. You have been taught incorrectly. Society tells you to be kind, be pleasant, be gentle. They say, happy wife, happy life. They tell you to share, cry, tell her all your feelings, put her first. But ask yourself, has that ever made her love you more? Or did she withdraw the moment you became too easy, too gentle, too emotional? Power is not in loudness, it is in quiet. Respect is not pleaded for, it is merited. And the love you want, it only arrives when you love yourself more than you could ever love her. In this video, I will show you how to gain power over any woman, not by trickery, not by strength, but by becoming the man she cannot help but follow. First, stop requiring her. You lose her the moment she senses you need her more than she needs to respect you. That is not a poem, that is a rule of the mind. The second your deeds start to revolve around her approval, you become small in her sight. She does not have to speak. She can sense it in your voice, in your posture, in how you reply to her texts immediately, in how your whole day changes with her moods. You give her your power like it is worthless, and when a man does that, he stops being a strength. He becomes a tool, a comfort item, something she can keep and take out whenever she wishes, not because she is bad, but because that is what you have taught her to think. A woman cannot love a man who is not guiding himself. If you trail her like a confused child, wishing she will confirm your value, you will slowly destroy everything she once liked. What you believe is love, messaging her all day, asking her view on every choice, waiting by the phone for her to answer, is need in hiding, and need is the end of want. It tells her, I have no life without you, but that does not attract her. It makes her feel stuck. She did not enter your world to carry you like a weight. She came because she saw passion in you, because your being was enough without effort, because you had something more important than her, a goal, a way, a dream. And now you have made her your goal. You have become emotionally lost, trying to exist inside her approval. That is not power. That is emotional self-harm. If you want her to feel pulled to you like a magnet, you must become unshakable in the best way. Not icy, not mean, but solid. She must know that if she leaves tomorrow, your life does not crumble. It just goes on steady. That is where attraction exists, in certainness, in aim, in the calm control of a man who selects, not pursues. To stop needing her, you must rebuild your inner world completely. Start by taking your focus from her and putting it into yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop checking if she viewed your story. Stop rereading texts seeking hidden messages. Stop seeing her quiet as a crisis. Every second you spend studying her is a second taken from your own growth. Become fixated, but not on her. Become fixated on becoming so skilled, so motivated, so aware that you enter any space and change the feeling without speaking. Wake up early, work hard, push your limits until your body aches and your excuses fail. Pick up books that change your thoughts, stoicism, strategy, psychology, and read until your vision fades. Remove distractions, remove men who talk about others and women who empty you. Build your dream like you are building a kingdom, because you are. Track your routines like your future depends on it, because it does. And most importantly, accept struggle willingly. Train yourself so deeply that hardship becomes your guide, not your foe. Because the man who knows how to stay in unease without losing himself is the one no woman can break. He is the stone, the model, the frame she respects even when she disagrees. She will not always say it, but she is longing for that man, the one who does not react when she steps back, the one who does not follow when she tests him, the one who says no and means it, not to harm her, but because he is not scared to lose her. You become him by taking back every part of yourself that you gave away for her notice, the laughs you pretend when you're not happy, the apologies you give when you're not at fault, the effort you waste justifying yourself to someone who has already decided. Take it all back. Stop needing her. Start needing your own respect more than her fondness. Because when you do that, when you change your focus from being loved to being strong, she will sense it. She will not say it, but her actions will change. She will message quicker. She will arrive more gentle. She will yield not because you made her, but because your being made her feel secure. This is not about becoming unfeeling, it's about becoming complete, about knowing that real love cannot grow in the dirt of doubt. You must become so firm in yourself that even if the world leaves you, you stay. If you wake up every day needing her to finish you, you will always be half a man. But if you construct yourself piece by piece until your being alone demands quiet, you will not need to pursue anything because everything valuable will pursue you. That is how you gain power over a woman, not by keeping her, but by becoming yourself, not by showing your worth, but by becoming so worthwhile you don't need to describe it. Don't message her, message your future. Don't wait for her to call, answer your goal. Don't plead to be picked, pick yourself until it becomes unthinkable for her to not pick you back. She does not want to save you, she wants to climb next to you. She wants to feel moved when she sees you, not weighed down. And she cannot do that if you appear as a man who is always checking her feelings before choosing. Stop moving carefully, start moving with aim. When she sees you stand in your truth, even when it unsettles the room, that's when she believes you. And if she doesn't, let her leave. You are not here to persuade her. You are here to become the kind of man who doesn't ask for a place at tables. He makes his own. Cut the static. Stop following her online. Silence her updates. Stop circling her world wishing she will see you. Disappear into your growth so fully that the next time she sees you, you're changed. Not from anger, from advance, from becoming the you that never needed her approval to start. Reprogram your mind. Tell yourself every day her love is not your heir, your purpose is. That's where manhood lives, in direction, in knowing where you are headed and not needing anyone to agree. Become the man who guides his life so strongly that she either improves to join you or gets left behind by nature. That is the feeling she will always remember. That is the man she will always consider. That is how you gain power, not by controlling her, but by becoming impossible to ignore in your way, in your being, in your calm. The deepest insights are revealed in the full video. Watch until the very end to understand the complete system, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Second, control your thoughts. She only believes in the man who believes in himself. She only follows the one who moves with purpose even in mess. You do not get her respect by trying to manage her. You get it by winning the fight inside your own head. The war is not between you and her. It is between you and your replies, between your pride and your training, between your feelings and your goal. If you cannot stay calm when she withdraws, if you fall apart each time she is cool, if your whole mood changes based on if she smiles or does not answer, then you have given away your strongest weapon, your inner peace.
You must create a mind that is not changed by her approval, a thinking that cannot be purchased by looks or destroyed by refusal. Most men fail not because they are not good-looking, not because they lack worth. They fail because they cannot guide themselves. They fear when she checks them. They give up when she becomes remote. They fall when she questions their path. And what they miss is that she is doing it to check if you are true. Women test for one purpose: to learn if the man before them is strong or if he is just a face held by weak feelings. You want to have her, stop putting on a show, stop replying, stop living on automatic feeling. Build your notice like a fighter sharpens his sword. See your thoughts without following them. Listen to your worries without yielding to them. When she says something that questions your pride, stop, take air, answer like a man who does not need to show anything. When she pulls away inside, do not follow. Strengthen your stance and let her return to the pull you have made. That is what she is seeing, not your talk, not your praises. She is seeing if your core cannot be moved, and you cannot pretend it. You either made that power or you did not. If you want to become him, you begin by removing the boy who replies. You stop yielding to every scare, every sudden want, every feeling that pleads for you to act. You do not send the mad message. You do not message many times when she does not answer. You do not describe your value when she doubts it. You stay quiet. Quiet is the sign of power. Reply is weakness hiding. If she knows you will reply, she knows she can move you like a toy on strings. But when you stay firm, when you sit with the unease and let it go through you like air through rock, that is when she comes close, because she is hunting something special. A man who does not lose himself, a man who does not flee from unease, a man who can meet refusal, mess, test, and still walk like nothing can move his way. This sort of man is made, not born. You build him in quiet, again and again, in hardship. You build him each time you wake and go to exercise, even when you are weary, because a strong body makes a trained mind. You build him each time you think deeply, breathe through your replies, write your thoughts, and say no to letting them rule you. You build him when you read deep ideas, take in truth, and use it until your inner world is so arranged she can sense it when you talk. You build him when you wait for reward, when you sit with lure and walk away without pausing. Controlling your mind is not just about ignoring pain. It is about becoming a man who is tougher to shift than the world near him. It is about showing her, not telling her, that she is not your guide. You are. Your beliefs are your hold. Your goal is your path, and your feelings are signs, not orders. Learn to feel without replying. Learn to live without holding. The man who can sit in a wild wind and smile is the man who owns the space, because nothing pulls a woman more than a man she cannot shake, not because he is proud, but because he is balanced, planted, clear. That clearness attracts her, that being holds her, that power makes her feel safe enough to be gentle, and it begins with you picking daily training over feeling owned. Each time you miss exercise, you soften your mind. Each time you escape unease, you feed the child inside you that weeps for ease. Do not feed that child, feed the fighter. You are not here to be open to mess. You are here to lead, and leadership starts inside. She cannot follow you if you cannot even follow your own word. Talk less, do more. Make a set of beliefs and live by it without stop. Make your morning holy. Make your words rare and your deeds noisy. Say no to fight. Say no to explain. Say no to reply. You are not here to persuade her. You are here to become a man who does not need persuading. And when she sees that, when she feels your energy stay calm while the world near you turns, she will not pull away, she will pull nearer, because you have become the light in her wild wind, the steady being that shows her what it means to be led, and not with might, with clearness, not with fight, with sureness. That is how you gain power over a woman, not by beating her, but by being so in charge of yourself she picks to follow your lead, not because you requested, but because you merited it. Control your thoughts, and she will always remember your being. Real power is seen in how you act when none are seeing, and she is not answering. When you have the want to show your worth and pick quiet instead. When you are lured to give up and pick stillness instead. When all in you wishes to be noticed and you walk away unseen but unmoved. That is when you become unreachable. She does not need a man who replies to her. She needs a man who can lead her through feeling storms without losing his ground. You become that man not just by reading lines or watching videos. You become him by making habits that match your deeds with your rules. Make must-dos. Train every day. Wake up before her. Work while she rests. Lead yourself so deeply that your life becomes a magnet. And when she comes back, when she sees your stillness did not crack, she will not doubt you again, because stillness like that changes the whole game. She does not want to care for you, she wants to copy you, and the mirror shows power, order, clearness. That is what she answers to. So build that softly, every day, for good.
This is just the foundation. The video holds the crucial steps for true mental control. Watch until the very end to learn them all, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share this knowledge. Third, hold your stance. If you do not own your stance, you do not live in her world. You are just moving around it. She does not follow a man who gives in. She does not trust the one who changes his rules to keep her. She wants to know if you stand on something true, or if your thoughts are made of dust. Each time you give up what is important to you for her yes, she loses a piece of respect. It is not what you say, it is what you give up on. Your stance is not about control over others. It is about control over your own path. The man who keeps his stance does not need to shout. His deeds speak very clearly. His quiet is loud. She feels the difference between a man who leads and one who trades his truth to please. She may not say it, but she senses it. She sees when you stop pointing out disrespect. She notes when you allow what you once fought. She remembers it. Not because she is bad, but because in her nature she must feel secure. And security comes from sureness, and sureness comes from your readiness to walk alone when your way needs it. Your stance is not pride, it is seeing clearly. It is the training of holding your place in the face of feeling heat. When she tests you with mood, space, or push, she is asking a question without words. Are you still who you claim to be? The moment you start changing your feel to avoid a fight, you lose. The moment you talk too much, make excuses for bad acts, or explain away a lie, you are finished. You cannot create respect from the place of sorry when you have done no wrong. If you did not betray your values, then you owe no reason. Building your stance means you know your values deeply, and they are not for buying, not even for the woman you love. You do not explain your lines, you act on them. You do not beg her to see your worth, you live in it so fully that it becomes obvious. She does not fall in love with your bending, she falls for your firm ground. The man who can say no with calm feel changes all. It stuns her because so few men can say no without becoming mad or shaky. But when you say it with clearness and trust, she comes closer. Your stance is about knowing that you are the picker, not the asker, that she is coming into your world, not the other way. Your life is the main pull, and if you water it down by trying too hard to fit, you become easy to forget. To hold your stance is to know what you want and to never turn from it. If you say you do not accept being late, do not accept it. If you say cheating is not for talking, do not talk. If you say your goal comes first, then do not swap it for what is easy. She will test your stance, not because she wants to go, but because she wants to trust it is real. And each time you hold it, her respect for you grows. But if you give in even once, you start to fade in her eyes. Your stance is built not through force, but through path.
You must be so sure about where you are going in life that she either walks that path with you or watches you walk it alone. You are not here to change for her mess. You are here to ask her into your order, and if she cannot join, you let her go not with anger, but with quiet heart, because the man who knows his path knows that not all are meant to walk it with him. You must check your life like a king checks his house, who adds to your world and who takes from it, who respects your place and who hurts it when you are not looking. You do not beg people to stay. You build so strongly that their leaving is their loss, not yours. This is your stance. You do not bend your world to be liked. You build your world so strongly that only those who fit stay. And when she sees that, when she feels that you are not moved by her threats to leave, her mind games, or her cold feel, that is when she softens. That is when she follows. That is when she gives in to the being of a man who cannot be bent by feeling or tempted by ease. This is not cold, it is strength, and it is the strength that lets her rest, because the truth is, she does not want to lead. She wants to feel your clearness, to trust your steadiness, to lean on your unchanging being. But that trust is merited, and it begins the moment you choose that your stance, your values, your dream, your goal come before her moods. Love her completely, but never above the rules that shape your life, because the moment you put her above your purpose, she loses the guide she was hoping to follow. You lead by staying solid, and that leading is not noisy. It is lived in your sound, in your time, in your truth. And when you live it fully, her only choice becomes, does she fit or does she leave? And either way, you stay planted. That is your stance. That is power. Fourth, lead without following. The man who leads does not follow. He builds a world she wishes to join. Leadership is not in the hunt, it is in your being there. She does not follow the man who tries to win her, explain himself over and over, or cover her with gifts hoping she'll stay. She follows the man who walks with such solid direction that her gut tells her to join or be left. When you follow, you give her the story. You ask her to lead, to choose, to guide, and she dislikes it, even if she does not know why. Following is not good. It is an admission of not having. It says, I do not trust in my value, so I need your okay to feel full. But what happens when you turn that okay inward, when you stop running toward her and start running toward your best self? That is when she notices you, because real attraction starts where neediness ends. She does not need to be buried in attention. She needs to be sparked, and spark comes from movement. Build your life so strongly that your being alone feels like a pull. The sort of man who is not noisy about his power, but you sense it in how he enters a space, in how he talks without needing a yes, in how he puts purpose above notice. Your training is your magnet, your quiet is your draw, your path is your gift. If she cannot see that, she is not prepared, and you do not stop for the unprepared. You keep building. You focus on becoming more skilled, more firm, more able. You follow mastery, not women. You shape your body until it is a place of control and might. You build your connections so that your name starts chances she doesn't even know are there. And through it all, you stay kind but separate, loving but unmoving. You do not follow because what is meant to fit will never ask you to leave yourself. She must see that your time is merited, not given, that your energy is not free, it is holy, that you are not here to amuse but to grow. And if she is the right woman, she will feel safe in that, because the man who leads without following creates a place of trust. He is so rooted in self-worth that his love does not plead, it asks. And that asking is strong. She knows it is special. She knows she cannot control it. She knows she must rise to meet it. And that is exactly what brings her respect. Not the man who sends long notes, not the man who explains his every step, but the man who moves in quiet, knowing his path speaks louder than any talk ever could. You become him by taking away every act that shouts, "Please pick me," and putting in its place a life so full that even if she left today, nothing would break. You lead without following by becoming the man who needs nothing but gives worth to all. The man who brings calm, not mess, order, not mix-up, direction, not weight. And that level of being there cannot be pretended. It is made. Made in mornings when no one is seeing, in efforts when no one is counting, in self-thought when no one is hearing. You lead without following by becoming so fixed on who you are turning into that you forget to ask if she is looking, because deep inside, she always is. She is watching how you answer to her space, how you act when notice goes, how you move when you are solo. That is when your real leadership is shown. The final key to this power is revealed in the last section of the video. Watch until the very end to get the complete understanding, and please subscribe, like, and share this truth with someone who needs it.
And when you show it, when you make clear that your worth was never in the hunt, but in your being there, you will see the change. Her feel will change. Her sound will become gentle. She will start contact more. She will lean closer, not because you followed, but because you led. And in that place, in that flip of feel, you finally take back your right place, not over her, but in front of her, where you were always meant to stand. You were never made to hunt for a yes. You were never made to plead for love, worth, or allowance. You are not here to become small to fit the world. You are here to form it. You are here to own your space without raising your sound, to walk into each room with clearness in your eyes and calm in your heart. The moment you stop trying to be liked and start making yourself into a man who is given respect in quiet, your life shifts. Women sense it. Chances sense it. The world moves for the man who moves for no one. You do not need to be without fault. You need to be moving forward every day. You need to stop waiting for someone to see your value and start becoming the man who never has to say it because it is clear in all he does. Your leadership starts when your excuses end. Your belief starts when you begin doing what scares you. Your power starts the instant you choose to never give up on your rules again. You are not without a way. You are not damaged. You are just hidden under layers of ease, noise, and fright. And it is time to burn it all, to rise from it, to become unknown, not just for her, not just to amaze the world, but for you, for the man you see when no one looks, for the you that would never accept less, never plead, never say sorry for walking the path no one else dares to take. This is your life, your tale, and it is time you wrote it like you meant it. If this touched something deep in you, if something in your soul woke up, do not let that flame die. Press the like button and follow this channel, not just to help, but because when you support this goal, you help share these truths with the man who is still quiet, still without a way, still hunting for a yes in a world that has forgotten what strength is. Share this with a brother who needs it. Leave a comment that says, "I am building myself." You are not here for fun. You are here to become your best self. This is the result of true power. To see how all these parts connect into a complete system, watch the full video from start to finish. If this path resonates with you, support this mission, subscribe, like, and share this video right now.